We have a massive roof to redo. Hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. This roof is huge, absolutely huge. It's over 4,000 square feet. This is by far the largest roof I've ever done, with the exception of a church that I worked on when I was a teenager, and I was a crew of about 12 or so that worked on that. But yeah, this is going to be a while. We really wanted to get it done earlier in the spring before the weather got so hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s every day today. But closing on the house took longer than we thought it would. So here we are into the weather. It's nice and cool right now. I got a sweatshirt on, but it's supposed to be in the 90s practically every day. So we're only going to be able to do a few hours every morning until it gets too blazing hot up here. I don't know how roofers do it in the south. I certainly can't. Anyway, this is not something that we've been looking forward to, but it's got to be done. So here we go. So we will start on the back side first, over there, here, here, so that we don't redo the front part and then walk over it to get to the back and destroy the surface. You always start at the back first. Now this roof definitely needs to be redone, but the shingles are actually in fairly good shape. They're not like buckled or bubbling up or anything like that. So that means that we're going to be able to leave these shingles in place and put the new shingles right on top. It'll save us a week's worth of work probably. And code does allow 2 layers of shingles. So, but one thing that we need to do is put ice guard on here. There's no ice guard. We have to strip off the shingles off the bottom 3 feet and put one big piece of roll roofing across there before we put the new shingles on. They didn't used to do this, but here's what happens. In certain weather conditions in the winter, if there's snow on the roof, the heat will come up through the ceiling and through the attic and melt the snow. No matter how much insulation you've got up in your attic, that's going to happen to a certain extent. The snow melts down, and then the water gets down to where the eave is, and there's no heat coming up from underneath of it, so it freezes again, and it forms an ice dam. So then when the water melts, it comes down, it can't get down because of that ice dam. So then it backs up and runs up underneath of the shingles and leaks. And so we now use ice guard, which is one 3-foot wide piece of roll roofing that goes right across along the bottom under the eave, or under the shingles on the eave, and that keeps the damage at bay. So we're going to have to tear off just the bottom 3 feet of shingles all the way around to put down that ice guard before we start on the new shingles. So am I too old for this? I can answer that in one word. Yes, I am. 3 words. Yes, I am. too old for this. 7 words. I can answer this in 7 words. Yes, I am too old for this.
Yeah, we're going to go out a little ways and then lift, and then I'll attach it.
Yeah.
Well, hang on with that because you need to.
Are we straight here?
Yeah, I think so.
The ice guard is self-adhesive, sticky on the bottom. So we lay it out in place, and then it's actually 2 pieces of plastic that run down with a split in the middle. So we get it in place, and then we pull out the plastic on the upper half and get it stuck down to the plywood. So now with the top half of the ice guard stuck to the plywood with the self-adhesive, now Barry's pulling out the plastic on the bottom half so that the entire 3-foot section will be adhered to the plywood, and then we nail through it when we put the shingles on.
Yep. And it's 2 pieces of plastic underneath. So you get laid out where you want it, and then you pull the plastic off.
Half the time.
Not coming out. So now we have the ice guard in place. It's 1 3-foot wide roll of asphalt shingle, adhesive on the bottom. Now we'll lay the shingles on top of that, and of course the nails will go down through there as well. And that protects the ice dam that can form, and then the water runs up underneath. If it runs up underneath here, it'll just hit this and run out. So I went to lunch, and when I got back, that's how much they got done already.
So Barry stays in place right there with the nail gun, and all he does is nail the shingles. I feed them to him, I lay them in place, and then he just nails them. And then Bruce is busy making sure that I have enough shingles that I can reach to feed Barry, where I don't have to go running across the roof to find them. Every run that we do across the roof is 6 rows high, and this is the most time-consuming part at the beginning and the end of each run, because we have to cut each off one of those shingles and nail them so that the joints are staggered, and this takes the most time.
Alright, we need chalk line. All the way across.
So this is how much we got done on that first day, up to right there. And that was actually about a month ago. It's just been so hot. It's been in the 90s every day, and this is not a high priority. We had other things that are higher priority to get done first. So we haven't done anything more with this. But as I look at this, I realize that this little section is about the same size as the house that I live in. And then we got all of this all the way over there, 4,000 square feet. It's huge. We're going to be here forever. So I'm very excited to say that we just found a roofing company that gave us a very good price, and they're going to be here in a few days, and they're going to knock this out real fast. That way we don't have to spend the next couple weeks. This is, especially in this heat, this is just dirty, nasty, hot work, and we all hate it. I don't know how roofers do it down here in the south in the summertime, but they do. So we're going to hire one of them. So the crew is here this morning working on the shingles, and this makes me very happy. They should probably finish it by the end of the day. And there's 4 of them here. And do you remember when I did the initial tour of the house, I showed there was a leak in the ceiling of the foyer? Well, we found it right here. It's a hole. There was a little hole in the shingle. It almost looks like somebody just put a nail through and then pulled it out and left that tiny little hole there. And over the years it leaked through. And all of this is completely soft. So we just have to take up some shingle here, replace that one piece of plywood, and we'll be good to go. That was the only leak in the house, in the roof. So the roof is now finished, as you can see, and we are very happy with it. It gives the house a whole completely different look because of the different color. The old shingles were brown, it matched the brown siding. This is sort of a more of a slate gray kind of thing, and all of a sudden that brown siding looks very out of place. You can see here some of the paint where Molly is doing different test colors to decide what we want to do for the color of the house that's going to go with the color of the new roof. I don't know which one she has decided on or whether she has yet, but those are the possible options. So thanks for watching, everybody. Live simple, live free, you be blessed. I'll see you next time.